future! Save our forests! Save our future! Save our forests! Save our future! Save our forests! Save our future! Save our forests!
The Noye's Flood project is a collaboration between Mid Wales Opera and the Size of Wales. And what we want to do is to work with 2,000 children across Wales and introduce them to their first experience of opera.
Going into different schools, inevitably you've got different backgrounds, different experiences, different amounts of wanting to do it in the first place. And one thing we'll both try and do, and Claire is particularly good at, I think, is actually taking those children, taking those adults as well, and actually moulding them and making them something that they may not even have thought they could possibly be. Within 7 days is the whole residency, but obviously we don't see them all for 7 days, so it might be within 3 days, and that's just marvellous.
And we're going to start off by moving around just on tiptoe. Not touch anybody. Okay. And go.
What makes this project very special is that it's taking one of the great operas in the English repertoire, but making it relevant to a whole new generation of children.
Most operas, most great operas, have taken a story which is universal. It's got a lot of myth about it. It's incredibly important. And the story of Noah building his ark is extremely famous, but also has so many layers. And when I think of the great things about Claire Williams' fabulous production she's done for us in this, is that it's gone absolutely to the jugular of what's one of the issues of today, which is looking after this planet and perhaps preventing future floods and thinking what we can do. And you get the naysayers and you get those that want to, like Noah, who's passionate, and the protesters. It's a brilliant spectacle built on and absolutely being faithful to what Benjamin Britten wanted. And thinking about the planet, thinking about important things in life, need metaphor. They need music, they need pictures, they need film, they need the arts to help them. That's where the arts really does have something to say. And I think it's a very, very strong message that comes out of Noah's Flood for thinking about it.
Noah knows that what he's got to do is he's got to save the planet for the next generation.
This morning I've learnt loads about global warming. It's been really enjoyable, and I've learnt not to cut the trees down, oxygen to live, and about flooding. I've learnt absolutely loads.
You are the people who know that deforestation is going to have a terrible effect.
So what we're doing is we're working with different sections of the communities that we move into. We're working with probably between about 6 and 10 primary schools who play the chorus of animals. We work with youth theatres and secondary schools to play the chorus of gossips, who are Mrs. Noah's friends, plus the protesters, who are Noah's followers, his acolytes, his disciples. Then we work with youth dance companies in the area who create the chorus of the sea, Become the Storm.
The school got involved in the project because we think it's really important for the children to be involved with outside agencies and to work with people with all different expertise. We thought that the creative development side of things would be fantastic for the children. And to see their development over the course of the morning and to see how they've really come into their own, and they're moving throughout the space and they're singing loudly and they're really engaged and they're really involved. It's just been a fantastic morning, really.
We're also sending artists to work in the communities where children are thinking about climate change and the effect that it has. So we're actually building a forest. Each region we go to, the children make a couple of trees, and on the leaves they write down their wishes for the future of the world.
Save our future! Save our forests! Save our future! Save our forests!
One of the things that really showed the spirit of the project were the campaigners outside. When I walked into the theatre and they were all shouting, "Save our forests! Save our forests!" And to me that was really amazing that they cared so much that they wanted to engage the audience before they even entered the auditorium. And it was fantastic to see that campaigning element to the show and to see their passion.
We started out protesting outside and handing out leaflets and shouting chants and, still basically standing outside the theatre because we were trying to get our message across. And it was really good fun. I got to play a character that I'd never played before. I got to raise awareness of it, and being Welsh and having the link that deforestation is actually the size of Wales, or twice the size of Wales. That really hits home for me because I know how big Wales is and I know how important Wales is as well.
This is the most extraordinary project to work on because it's the children completely and utterly take ownership of it. They become the heart and the soul of the piece. It's both very exciting and extraordinarily moving to see how the children react as the story unfolds.
The discipline of working together and of doing it together and achieving something that again goes in right up front, as it does for this Noye's Flood, to the audience, that's going to be with them for the rest of their lives. And the discipline that music gives you, developing your mind, developing your emotional side, and your teamwork and working with colleagues and so forth, is wonderful. Add that then to what you're learning about what the role tells you about religious matters, environmental matters, emotional matters, all those sort of things. That's all in there. So it's a big, big, potent package for the children taking part, and I like to feel they won't forget it.
The youngsters that we work with have been magnificent, great people, hugely talented, but not just resting on their talent, actually wanting to learn and grow musically and as people.
Being in a production with such high quality really steps you up. You think, oh gosh, can I do this? But you get into it and you think, go for it. You only live once.
Taking part in it's been amazing. It's just sort of having an inside look on how professional singing and acting can be.
Well, it's such a great experience, a really new experience, and just having the time of my life, really.
When I first finished the Brecken opera, I was really, really happy when I got that first applause, because it had never really happened to me before, and it was a really good feeling.
I felt very proud to be part of the production of Noye's Flood, because we all worked so hard on it. It all just added up to one amazing feeling of excitement.
I particularly enjoyed the performance. I thought it was a wonderful experience to be sat in the audience seeing community groups taking part, be it singing, be it participating in the orchestra. I thought it was a very moving experience.
Noye's Flood has been important to Size of Wales because it takes a really key story that everybody's heard of, but really builds in that environmental message. And the number of children that have been involved in the production and are now aware of that environmental concern is fantastic. And not only are they aware, but they're communicating it outside externally into an audience, and that's been really great. To see them on stage performing and to be really passionate about the issues was really fantastic.
Global warming is really important, and I've learned not to cut the trees down. Bad idea.
For the children taking part in Noye's Flood, it takes acting, it takes singing, it takes dancing, it takes theatre, it takes drama. It is everything there in opera. And I think for the children to be in this and then go on, a few might even go and have operatic careers or play in an orchestra or go into a dance group or whatever. So this is part of Mid Wales's opera's remit, and let's hope that that gets some opera goers and opera performers of the future.
Absolutely great, brilliant.
Wonderful, marvellous experience.
Brilliant, it was lovely to see all the children from school with my son there, so really had a fabulous time.